Most individuals do not ruin their finances through a single, drastic choice. Instead, it's the small, frequent errors that gradually cause harm over the years. By the time they become aware, they often find themselves in deep debt, feeling trapped, and confused about the cause. But you? You possess more wisdom, since you're tuning into this video. Today, we're discussing the 10 most typical financial blunders that beginners encounter, and how to steer clear of all of them. These are genuine pitfalls that many fall into without even realizing it. And believe me, mistake number 10? That particular misstep can quietly jeopardize your future if you fail to address it promptly. Stay with me until the end, and you'll leave with a strategy that truly works. Welcome to the channel that makes money make sense. We simplify personal finance so it finally feels easy to understand, and even easier to apply. From saving smart to building wealth step by step, we're here to help you take control of your money and your future. Let's dive in. Mistake number 1, planning without a goal. One of the biggest mistakes beginners make is jumping into financial planning without a clear goal. They start saving or budgeting because they feel like they should, not because they know what they're aiming for. When you don't know your destination, even the right steps can take you in the wrong direction. It's like getting in a car and just driving around. You'll end up somewhere, but probably not where you want it to be. This lack of clarity leads to frustration. You save a little, spend it later, and feel like you're not making progress, even though you're trying. The fix is simple but powerful. Set one short-term financial goal for the next 6 to 12 months. It could be building a small emergency fund, clearing one debt, or saving for something meaningful. That single goal will give you focus, motivation, and direction. And when your money has a purpose, every decision you make feels more intentional. Mistake number 2, ignoring budgeting altogether. One of the most common mistakes beginners make is ignoring budgeting completely. They assume it's complicated or restrictive, so they avoid it altogether and just hope for the best. You might think, I'll just spend less this month, but that's not how budgeting works. Without a clear plan, you're just guessing, and it usually leads to overspending or running short before the month ends. The truth is, budgeting doesn't restrict you, it empowers you. It gives every rupee you earn a job, so you always know where your money is going and why. Start by tracking your income, even if it's inconsistent. Then list your fixed expenses like rent, bills, and loan payments. Those are your non-negotiables. Whatever is left becomes your choice: how much to save, how much to invest, and how much to spend guilt-free. This simple structure removes the stress and puts you in full control of your finances. Budgeting is not about being perfect, it's about being prepared. Mistake number 3, relying on credit like it's free money. One of the most dangerous habits beginners develop is relying on credit cards as if they're free money. At first, it feels harmless: swipe now, pay later, and everything seems under control. But once the interest kicks in, reality hits hard. Credit card debt builds silently, and before you know it, you're paying more in interest than for the things you bought. Using credit to support your lifestyle is a red flag you shouldn't ignore. If your monthly spending depends on borrowed money, you're not in control, the debt is. Credit, when used properly, can be a helpful tool. Paying your balance in full each month protects you from interest and keeps your credit score healthy. The moment you start carrying a balance, that's where the trouble begins. Interest charges pile up, and what looked manageable becomes a burden you didn't expect. So ask yourself before every swipe, can I pay this off in full next month? If the answer is no, it's better to wait than to invite long-term debt into your life. Mistake number 4, saving without investing. Saving money is a great first step, but stopping there can quietly cost you in the long run. If all your money is just sitting in a bank account, it's slowly losing value due to inflation. Inflation means the price of everything around you goes up: food, rent, fuel, and more. So even if your savings amount stays the same, its buying power shrinks over time. That's why investing is so important. It's not about getting rich overnight, it's about helping your money grow just enough to keep up with life. You don't need to be an expert or have a ton of money to start. Even simple tools like index funds or ETFs can help your savings grow over the years. The key is to start small, stay consistent, and think long term. Because while saving protects your money, investing grows it, and you need both. Mistake number 5, waiting too long to start. One of the biggest lies people tell themselves is, I'll start when I earn more. But waiting for the perfect income or the right moment often means never starting at all. When it comes to building wealth, time matters more than the amount you're investing. The earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow through the power of compounding. Even small amounts can make a huge difference if you stay consistent over time. It's not about how much you begin with, it's about how early and how regularly you show up. So don't wait until you get a raise, a bonus, or a better job. Start now, with what you have, and build the habit. Your future self will thank you. Mistake number 6, not having an emergency fund. Life has a way of throwing unexpected expenses at you when you least expect it. Whether it's a job loss, a medical emergency, or a car repair, these moments can hit hard. If you don't have at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved, one bad week can wreck your entire financial plan. You may be forced to rely on credit, take on debt, or pull from savings meant for your future. An emergency fund acts like a financial safety net. It gives you peace of mind, knowing you can handle life's surprises without going backwards. This isn't about saving a huge amount all at once. Start small, stay consistent, and make your emergency fund a non-negotiable part of your plan. Mistake number 7, not tracking where your money goes. If you've ever checked your account and thought, where did all my money go? You're not alone. That confusion happens when you're not actively tracking your spending. Without visibility, it's easy to overspend on small things that add up fast. You think you're managing okay, but your bank balance keeps telling a different story. The fix is simple: track every expense, even the tiny ones. Whether you use a free app or a basic spreadsheet, knowing where your money goes is powerful. And once you see your patterns clearly, changing them becomes so much easier. Mistake number 8, following bad advice blindly. In today's world, financial tips are everywhere: TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. But just because advice sounds good or goes viral doesn't mean it's right for you. Everyone's financial situation is different. Your income, goals, and responsibilities are unique. That's why blindly copying someone else's strategy can backfire fast. What worked for them might leave you struggling if you don't understand the full picture. So always do your own research, ask questions, and know the why behind every move. Smart decisions come from clarity, not just hype or trends. Mistake number 9, avoiding hard conversations or denial. Talking about money makes many people uncomfortable, even with the people closest to them. Some avoid these conversations entirely, hoping their financial issues will just go away. Others slip into denial, ignoring their debt, pretending their spending isn't a problem, or avoiding bank statements altogether. But denial doesn't protect you. It just delays progress and builds more stress over time. The first step to fixing any financial issue is facing it. Look at your numbers, talk openly about money, and be honest about what's not working. It might feel awkward at first, but clarity always leads to control. And the sooner you own your situation, the faster you can start changing it. Mistake number 10, thinking you'll figure it out later. Telling yourself I'll figure it out later feels harmless in the moment, but it's a mindset that quietly damages your future. Days turn into months, months into years, and suddenly you're way behind without even realizing it. Later often becomes never. And never leads to regret, wishing you had started sooner, saved more, or learned earlier. The truth is, you don't need to know everything to begin. You just need to start, even if it's messy, small, or uncomfortable at first. Take that first step today. Because every smart move you make now builds a future you'll actually be proud of. Bonus tip: the secret ingredient to long-term financial success. There's one trait that quietly separates people who succeed with money from those who always feel behind, and it's not luck or income. It's consistency. You don't have to be perfect, rich, or even highly skilled to win financially. You just have to keep showing up, month after month, making small improvements and sticking to the plan. Consistency builds momentum. It turns simple habits into big results over time, even if you're starting with very little. So don't worry about doing everything at once. Just focus on doing the right things often, because that's how real wealth is built. Financial planning isn't about being perfect or having all the answers. It's about recognizing the mistakes most people ignore, and learning how to avoid them early. You've just unlocked 10 of the most common traps beginners fall into. And if this helped you see money in a new light, don't keep it to yourself. Like, subscribe, and share this video to help someone who is doing these mistakes. Thanks for watching.